seat. You don't have to be cross-legged. You could even be in a chair, just some way that your spine is long so that your breath and your energy can move freely. And taking the next couple of breaths to check in. How am I feeling today? What parts of my body are speaking, not speaking to me as I scan through the body? And after you notice how you feel, setting your intention for how you want to feel, mind, body, spirit, when we are complete with practice and go off into your day. And so after you have set your intention, I just want you to pause for a moment and think about moving with your breath, so combining your breath with the movements. And then whenever you're ready to begin, we're going to inhale both arms up in line with the ears or wherever your hands come up to. Inhale is up, exhale is down. And they don't have to be all straight and everything, it's whatever feels good. And it might even just be coming up a little bit. You're just exploring. Inhale up, exhale down. Now after the next time that your arms are down, we're going to switch it up a little bit. So you're going to inhale your arms up and then exhale, come down. One hand in front, one hand in back. Gently press with your fingertips and start to turn your heart center. What direction? Away from the front hand. A couple of nice deep breaths. This is a good time to check in with your rib cage and your shoulders. This nice little gentle twist. When you're ready to come out, inhale, pressing down with those fingers a little bit, exhaling forward. And then on the next inhale, inhaling those arms up towards the sky, opposite arm in front, back, and again, gently pressing down with the fingertips so you're elongating your spine with the help of pressing those fingertips into the ground. Gentle twist, long, smooth breaths. Again, when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lengthen that spine, exhale, come forward. And then we're going to stretch out those legs into a wide stance, but not super wide, like comfortable wide. And then putting your fingertips on the floor, we're going to inhale, body up, exhale, come forward with your heart, right? So it's not head, but forward with your heart. So now we're checking in with the groin area. You're noticing the backs of the thighs, maybe the low back. Inhale up, exhale forward. And I find myself as I do this, I kind of press into the ground with my heels. So notice what parts of your body respond as you're doing this movement. And then next time you come up, we're going to bring in the feet so that we have a nice big diamond. Welcome back. And so the bottoms of your feet are together, your knees are out. We're going to inhale, body up, and then exhale, slide your hands, and we're actually going to touch the legs as we do that. Slide the hands down towards your ankle, and you can either keep them on top or take them underneath. Hello. And then bring your body forward. So we want to possibly elongate the back of the spine. And then very gently start to bring your chin towards your chest. So elongating the back of the neck as well. And you want to make sure in this deep forward bend that you can still breathe fully. So if you can't, please back off a little bit. Now when you start to feel ready, whatever that is, you're going to slide out your hands and again, connect them to your legs as you inhale and slide on up. And then we're going to stretch out the right leg And reach for your left flexed foot and knee and gently rock side to side. And some of you might like to cradle your leg today. I'm not doing that, so just whatever feels good. Starting to loosen up that hip flexor. Still breathing and noticing. Now I want you to turn the bottom of that foot forward, and you're going to go front to back. Just kind of trying the leg out in different ways, right? And then we're going to take that foot and bring it down onto the ground. And it's part of your foundation, right? So the knee's pointing up like you're going to stand on that leg. And you're going to take your left hand behind you if your left knee is in front. Inhale, right arm up. And you're going to either take your hand or your elbow and gently bring your belly towards the inner thigh. So you're twisting towards your inner thigh. And notice what's happening in those shoulders. Can you feel your shoulders here? What's happening in your rib cage? Can you breathe fully? What's happening in that hip? Or wherever else I didn't mention. Now again, nice big inhale. We're going to lengthen. Exhale, come forward. And we're going to take that foot and cross it over either the top of the thigh or any place down to your ankle. Right? And you're going to point and flex that straight leg foot. And then we're going to take one hand on the bottom of your foot, the other hand on the top of your knee. And I want you to press into the center. So press in and notice, do you feel anything in your thigh and your hip and butt? And then we're going to inhale, body up, and exhale, come forward towards that leg. Inhale up, exhale forward. And if it feels better to stay forward and continue to breathe, then of course, please do that. So next, inhale, whenever that may come, we're going to take that leg and straighten it out and bring in your second foot, foot flexed, and start to gently rock side to side. That's what happens when I put too many things together. Sometimes I forget. Now, again, when you start to feel like it's loosened up, and of course, move whatever way your body calls to you. We're going to take that foot and point it forward and go front to back. It's always interesting to me how it feels differently from side to side. So again, when you start to feel done with this one, we're going to take that foot down, press it into the ground. Right hand behind you, inhale, lift up with that left arm, and exhale, belly towards the inner thigh, knee your hand around the knee. And again, you're checking out shoulders, rib cage, hip, low back. Still breathing. Nice big inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, come forward. And we're going to take that foot and cross over the top of your thigh, hand on the knee and the foot, press in towards the center. When I ask you to do something like this and you don't feel anything, kind of explore, like take your hands off, see how it feels, press into the center again, notice if you see any changes. And then when you're ready to start moving, we're going to inhale, body up, exhale over that lower leg. Just noticing and breathing. And again, if it feels better to just stay forward, it's okay to do that. Just keep breathing. And next time you come up, we're going to just point and flex that straight leg foot. We're going to uncross the leg, slide it down on the ground, hands on the thighs, inhale, body up, exhale, slide forward. And again, you can stay forward or you can inhale up and exhale, come forward. Keep breathing. Now, next time you inhale, let's come on up, and we're going to take our tennis balls. Actually, let's start with one. I think most of you have done this before. You're going to start at the corner of the hip, and you might come down onto your side. You might have your elbow on a block, and I want you to come from the corner of the hip into the center of your glute. So you're moving down at a diagonal. And of course, if I don't make sense, you let me know. So you're moving. So you start at the corner of the hip, and you're going to work your body or the tennis ball towards the center of the glute, since that's one of our spots today. And many of us tend to hold lots of junk in our trunk. I always love that expression. And so we're hoping to soften and release some of that. Maybe. And you're going to keep breathing. I think one day we should just do a butt class. Now, as you are here, you might find like some places you want to stay, breathe, and other places you want to gently rock your body or move. And I'm going to give you another possibility, and you're going to decide if it's right for you. So I'm right along the back of the pelvis. There's this narrow horizontal muscle called the piriformis. So I want you to, if possible, you're going to turn on your back a little bit, and then so now we went down in a diagonal into the center of the glute. Now we want to go across, just that one glute, side to side, right? And I'm using my elbow, my hand, my feet to not allow all of my weight to go into that tennis ball. And for some of us, this could be very tender. And so you do want to be gentle, right? It's okay to feel a stretch and release, but we really don't want there to be pain. I found a spot. Did anybody else find a spot? Now, as I always think and say when we're working with tennis balls, we could stay here most of the day. But when you're ready, when you feel like you've done enough on this side, you're going to take the tennis ball out. Notice, and you might even take a moment, notice how you feel side to side. Like my first side feels pretty soft, and my other side feels like this. So then when you're ready, we're going to move to the second side. So again, starting at the corner and working in a diagonal towards the center of your glute. Still breathing. And I know sometimes when we take time like this, some of you might wonder, like, is this really helpful? And my beliefs and opinion are that yes, absolutely, because this is going to allow us to make those bigger movements in our standing poses and stuff like that. And we're less likely to get injured if we've done a little warm-up and release before we get started. Now, again, you're going to work at your own pace from the corner of the hip to the glute, and then when you're ready, we're going to move on to the back body a little bit and go across the back of the pelvis. Using the other parts of your body to not put too much weight into the tennis ball. You're still breathing and noticing. eventually we're going to come to a point where you feel complete with this. And so I might pause for a moment and take a nice deep breath, and then let's come all the way up to standing. Okay, so once you are in your position standing, I just want you to find your tennis ball and roll on your feet, one tennis ball at a time, for a moment. Again, thinking about the idea of gentle release. If you happen to not like or don't have tennis balls, you can absolutely roll through the top part of your foot on the floor, or even massage with your hands. I can start to feel the temperature change. Now, again, when you start to feel done with that foot, we're going to switch to the second foot. And whenever you start to feel done with the second foot, we're going to put the tennis ball off to a safe spot to the side. Have your feet about hip width apart. Just take a moment to connect with your breath. You can have your hands at your heart, at your side, wherever it's comfortable. And I just want you to scan from head to toe. Feel your feet on the ground. And notice how your body's feeling. And then, coming towards the front of your mat, if you use blocks while you're in lunge, I invite you to put those blocks up towards the front. And then bringing those hands to the heart center, connecting with your breath. On the inhale, we're going to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, down into your forward bend. You can slide your hands down your legs, or keep your arms in line with your ears. We're going to connect the hands to the legs. Inhale halfway up, and exhale in towards your legs. Knees can be bent or straight. You're just moving. How is that low back feeling? Shoulders. As you move, lengthen, stretch. And next time you come into your forward bend, hands on the blocks of the ground. We're going to step back with your right foot. And here, I just want you to come up onto those back toes and then reach your heel towards the ground. So up onto the toes, reach the heel towards the ground. And then one of these times your heel is towards the ground, you're going to walk your hands back a little bit, straighten that front leg, and now lift the front toes. So you lift the toes, come onto the heel, and bring the toes back in. And again, it's okay to have a little bend in your knees as you're moving. It's what feels good in your body. Now, next time we come forward, let's bring the foot to the ground. We're going to bend that front knee. And we're going to bring the hands to the inside of your left foot. And you might walk that left foot out a little bit wider. Now, some of you are going to bend the elbows. Some of you might come down onto a block. Some of you might bring that back knee down. It's going to be what feels good in your body always. That's what we're going for. Long, smooth breaths, no forcing. You can, some of us like to move diagonally. What's that word I want? Dynamically, right? So you might want to move up and down, or you might just want to hold. Now, eventually, when you're ready on an inhale, we're going to make our way back up onto our hands. And we're going to step back with that front foot into a little plank. And here you can have your knees up or down. We're going to move, inhale, plank, exhale down. or up dog to down dog. Another possibility would be tabletop to child's pose. So you're asking your body, and you can also alternate between any of those movements. You do plank and then do tabletop, you explore. But just notice the hips and shoulders, because that's partly what we're working on today. Now, one of these times, whenever you're ready, we're going to take that right foot and sweep it forward. And so now we're going to be in our lunge on the second side. And the first part is going to be lifting your back heel and bringing it towards the ground. And you're still breathing and noticing what's happening in your body. The next time the heel comes towards the ground, we're going to walk the hands back a little bit, straighten the front leg, come up onto your heel, lift the toes off the ground. And now the movement is just tapping the front of your foot towards the ground. So again, whenever you start to feel complete, that foot comes down, we're going to bend the knee, walk the hands to the inside of the right foot, and then maybe start to bend your elbows, maybe come down onto a block, maybe take that back knee down. And again, holding the position or moving with your breath, noticing what's happening in your body, looking for a place of ease. Again, as you start to feel ready, we're going to lift that back knee six down, take your hands on either side of your foot. We're going to step the back foot forward into our forward bend. Hands onto the thighs. We're going to inhale halfway up. Exhale down in towards our legs. A couple of times, knees bent or straight. Now, next time we're in our forward bend, I want you to walk your feet maybe as wide as your mat. Hands are either on the floor or the block. Elbows are going to stay straight. The inhale is straight legs. Exhale, you're going to bend your ankles, knees, and hips. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And you try to keep your feet on the floor, right? Notice if they want to disconnect. Some people here like to lift their heels. Is it okay if we play a little bit today? What do you think? I want to try something. Yeah. I got 2 yeses, so I'm going. All right. So we're going to walk the feet back to hip distance apart. Step back with your right foot. We're going to pivot that heel to the ground. Then you're going to take your left hand and you start on the big toe side of your foot and you're going to wrap it around to the pinky toe side of the foot. Now I want you to find stability here, right? Because the next step is we're going to take that right hand and lift it towards the ceiling. Right? You're looking for balance and comfort. If it works for your body, you're going to bend that top elbow and take your hand to the low back, or you're reaching towards your left hip. And then possibly take that left hand and find your right hand. Then opening up the chest. And again, thinking before you move, we're going to take that back foot and walk it forward. I said we were playing. And then possibly the weight is in the right foot as you start to find your balance and lift. Lift that left foot up off the ground. And then maybe even straighten out that leg. Don't force it. When you're ready, bring that foot down, release. And inhale, let's come all the way out. How's everybody doing?
That was entertaining.
Isn't it just fun?
That didn't work.
Isn't it fun to try something once in a while, a little bit different? Bird of paradise pose, that's what that is. Yeah. All right, so take a couple breaths, roll through the shoulders. I always love when people try maybe new things sometimes, you know? All right, ready for the second side? So let go of any judgments, right? Push it away. And then we are going to come to the front of your mat, inhale, body up. Exhale down, we're going to take the left foot back. Take the heel to the ground. Try not to overthink it yet. Right hand, big toe side of the foot wraps around the back of your calf. Right? Pinky toe side of the foot. Then you're going to take possibly the left arm up towards the sky. So we take it one step at a time, like what's appropriate for us. Then possibly bend that back elbow. Reach towards your right hip. Possibly the right hand comes up and joins the left hand. Open up your chest. Again, possibly walk that left foot forward. And then possibly weight into the left foot. Maybe that right foot comes up. And maybe you extend it. Oh, much more balance on this side. Interesting. And again, when you start to feel ready, gently release your arms. Foot comes to the ground. And then let's bring those hands to the heart center. Connect with your breath for a moment. Thank you so much for, trying something maybe fun. All right. So the next thing I want to do is to just give yourself a moment. So you're going to feel your feet on the ground. And we're going to take our vision towards the right hand. Just inhale slowly up. Eyes track the hand. Exhale back to the center and then second side. And you only bring, if you can't see your hand, you've gone too far. Just gently moving with your breath. One more time on each side. Nice. All right, and then I thought we would do some eagle pose, because I really like eagle pose for the shoulders. So options, because not all of our bodies work the same way. You might work elbows, forearms, palms together, put them up off your chest. You might take the right elbow to center, left elbow over top. Your pose can be in any of these positions. Backs, hands together, palms together, but you're finding that comfortable place where you can breathe. Elbows are lifted off of your chest, depending on your chest, of course. And you're just going to send your breath into the upper back body. How is that feeling right now? Now, if possible, so some of us would be well served just by staying here. If it sounds inviting, I want you to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Again, this could be your pose. You're checking in every step of the way. Possibly, you might take that left foot, lift it, cross it over, keeping the bend in your standing leg. The foot may stay on the ground, it could be lifted, or it could be wrapped around your calf. You find your pose, long, smooth breaths, focused, building up energy. And then when you're ready on an inhale, we're going to release it all. And exhale down. Shake out those arms, your hips. How does your body feel? We're going to do the second side. So left elbow to center. Remember options, elbows, forearms, palms. Left elbow, right elbow over top. Back to the hands. Palms together, lifted off the chest. Still give yourself a couple of moments to breathe into that upper back body. And then whenever you're ready, if you choose, sitting back. And then same leg as the arm that's on top, or opposite leg that you did last time, keeping the bent leg bent on the bottom, crossing over foot on the ground lifted or wrapped around your calf. Breathing, long, smooth breaths. What's happening in your core? Where's your focus? And on one, whenever you're ready, on an inhale, nice big release. Exhale down. So beautiful. Shake out hands, arms, hips. Then I want you to bring your feet about maybe as wide as your mat. We're just going to shift hips. Moving your hips side to side. Noticing, like, is it easy to move? Do you feel sensation or nothing at all? And then we're going to slight bend in the knees. We'll stop shifting side to side in some nice big circles with the hips. Pausing for a moment, other direction. And then from here, we're going to come down into a squat. So you could keep your feet wide like this if that feels good. You can turn your toes out, put a blanket under your heels or a block under your butt. We're going to come down into a little squat. You could also squat against the wall. You're finding a place where you can have your back rounded, gentle chin towards the chest, just like we did at the very beginning. So you're stretching the whole spine, back of the neck, upper back body, lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to meet on our bellies. So if you feel like your body pokes into the ground, place a blanket underneath your whole body, like don't just have it under your hips. So we're gonna meet on our bellies. And you might relax your forehead on your hands, again, looking for a comfortable place. We're just gonna wiggle your butt for a moment, so just shifting your hips, trying to not squeeze your glutes, right, to relax the pelvis and the sacrum. Now from here, we're going to keep your, well, actually, let's start by bending the knees. So your feet are up towards the sky, and we're just going to move the legs side to side in a way that feels comfortable. You're in control, not letting gravity take over. Now, next time the legs are up in the center, we're going to gently put the right foot on the ground and reach back with your left hand. You can also use a strap here. And you're going to bring that heel towards your buttock. Now, some of you will want to stay here. Some of you might start to push up onto your elbow and forearm. And then you're going to press that ankle into your hand, opening up the front of the shoulder a little bit. And even if your hand doesn't come to the ankle, you could take that hand into the ground. So you can open up the chest. It all depends what you want. Now when you, again, start to feel like you're ready to release, you're going to gently release your hand, take the foot to the ground. Pause by taking a nice smooth breath, and then whenever you're ready, bending the right knee and reaching back with your right hand. Again, at first, you're just taking the heel towards the glute, breathing and trying to relax, possibly pressing up onto your elbow and forearm, and then possibly pressing the ankle into the hand. probably notice I'm rolling my ankle because I want it to happen. So you can do that too. And again, whenever you start to feel done on the side, you're going to take that foot to the ground. Now here, I'm going to come up, but I'm going to come up so that I can show you what I'm doing. So this next pose, so you're laying on your bellies, we're going to make possibly fists, put them right in that crease between your thighs and your body, but you want it to be comfortable. Like I don't want it to feel like you're sitting on rocks, right? So here we are, we're down on the ground, you're gonna lift up your hips, put your hands there. Some of you might prefer, I like fists, but some of you might prefer flat hands, right? And now, I want you to check in. The upper body is relaxed, and then we're going to attempt to lift our legs up off the ground, right? So you might inhale, legs up, exhale, them down. You might like to lift them. So depending on your back body, you're either keeping your legs straight, lifting them all the way off the ground. If that hurts your back body, then you're bending your knees, right? So you're finding that place that works for you. And it might just be like you're taking your toes a hair width off of the ground, right? They might come up higher. One more time, if that works for your body. And then you're gonna come on down, slide your hands out. And we're gonna bring them in line with the chest. And at any point, if your body says no, you just breathe and relax. And here, I want you to think about this movement starting from your pelvis. So not using your hands, not whipping your neck up. Starting from the pelvis, you press the pelvis towards the ground without totally tightening up your glutes. And start to lift the upper body off the ground, hands. Inhale up, exhale down. Notice what happens in your butt, rib cage, under the rib cage near the diaphragm, what's happening in your neck. Now, the next time you come down, we're going to slide the hands forward and come on to our elbows. The crossing screws. Elbows and hands towards your body as you invite your chest forward. Noticing if there's any place tensing up, what can we do? Like, are you tightening up your butt? Is it happening behind the shoulder blades? And soften. And then we're going to gently look over each shoulder. So inhale, center, exhale, look over the shoulder, and alternating sides. Next time you finish that second side, we are going to carefully work our way down to the ground and roll onto our backs. So lift your way onto your back body. You might have your head towards the back of the room so that you're not having to like turn your head and look around. Oh yeah, come on. I heard an ah, that's good. All right, so here we are, we're on our back body. You might have your legs straight or bent. And as you connect with your breath and your body, notice which parts of the body are on the ground. And then we're going to bend the knees and take the feet about hip width apart and have them pretty close to your buttocks, right? Because the movement I want to do is, and we're not going for like lifting up as high as you can. What I want you to do is just press down with your feet, inhale, lift the hips, exhale, take them down. So you're just moving up and down. Or if that doesn't work for your body, you're rocking front to back with the pelvis. So we're not going for like a full bridge pose, but just to get that movement through the pelvis. Just kind of noticing how it feels. And next time your pelvis is on the ground, we're gonna connect the ankles and the knees and have your arms at your sides. Inhale, knees open, arms come overhead. Exhale, knees come together, arms come down. Inhale, open the knees, bottoms of the feet connect, possibly, arms overhead. Exhale, knees together, arms come down. Now, I know I was talking about doing some restorative stuff at the beginning. Next time your knees and your arms come down, I want you to pause for a moment. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking of for our restorative pose before Shavasana, or some of you may choose to use it as Shavasana as well. So with a bolster, if you have a bolster, you can also use folded blankets at home. You put a block about 2/3 the way up if you're using a bolster. And then you are going to make sure that you bring your low back as close to the bolster as possible. So I can't fit my hand in between, right? There's no space because I want total support. Then you can either use 2 blocks under your knees, you can use a rolled blanket or a strap. I'm gonna use the blanket because I know most all of you have that. And then what you do is you have your, just like we did a moment ago, you have your ankles and knees together, you wrap the blanket around your ankles, open them up. That holds my legs so my groin doesn't over pull, and then come back down. Now, if that doesn't sound inviting to you, you're gonna do any pose of your choosing, restorative pose, to find a place of comfort. Thank you for supplying people. And does anybody need help? Because I am here to assist you with that. And you can do it without the block underneath. That also feels really lovely. So you're going to get yourself into a comfortable place. Long, smooth breaths. Close your eyes. And as you start to settle into whatever position you've decided to be in, take a couple of breaths and check in with all of your body. Is there any part of your body that doesn't feel supported? And if so, what can you do to help make that better? And you just fix it however you need to. Okay. So, settling in. Now, as settling, inviting the body to release and soften, each exhale. Body Some of you may feel really deliciously comfortable and want to stay where you are for Shavasana. Some of you may want to change your position, so we're shifting into Shavasana. So checking in and settling maybe a little bit more deeply into earth, into breath. So when your awareness starts to come back to your breath and your body, taking a moment to once more notice how you're feeling, asking your body what movements would feel really good to start to gently awaken. And then eventually making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Again, it does not have to be a cross-legged position. It's whatever position allows you to have your spine straight so that you can breathe easily, energy can flow. And I thought today we'd work on some alternate nostril because I find it to be one of the most beneficial on so many levels. And the thing I want you to remember, so traditionally we use the right hand, use whatever hand you want to, or we mudra gently, ever so gently, like I barely touch my nose, it interferes with breath coming in, right? So closing the right nostril first, breathing in through the left, then closing the left, breathing out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. That's one round, and we'll do 4 rounds today. Inhale left, and you're moving at your own pace, making sure you're getting full breaths out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Whenever you exhale through your left nostril, allowing your hand to relax, you might have your eyes closed or close your eyes. And then as you breathe in with both of your nostrils, noticing how it feels, what's going on in your head, your sinuses, body. And I want us to do just a couple of things before we're done, so we're ready to open your eyes and be present. So I want you to be really gentle with this. I don't know how many of you have done this before, but we're going to take our index fingers possibly. I just want you to rub, like, so where your ear connects to your neck, you know what I'm saying? Just rub, like, so, throughout this last bit of time, I've had a lot of tension in my head and neck. This is one of the things I find very soothing. It helps to release some of the tension. You also might take your thumbs along the base of your skull. And again, come up around the ears. And if it's, and I see all of you exploring between love do what feels good. The last one is the jaw joint, right, where your upper and lower jaw are together. So just a little bit of maybe circular motion there. And of course, throughout the day, if there's anything that your body calls to do it. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here and all of my teachers, past and present. I acknowledge the ones that. And I thought about doing a little chant today, the end of the chant that I just did. And so it says, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And what it means is peace, peace, peace. And it's peace within, peace to those around me, and then peace to everyone. When we say it 3 times, it's like expanding it from the inside out, right? So I'll say it 1 time, and then let's say it all together. Does that sound good? And of course, you can do it aloud or in your head or listen. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.